Greetings and welcome
Hey, what's going on, folks?
to the Larry and Melvin Show. I'm Melvin,
And I'm Larry.
and we're back at you again, and we're happy to be here.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
gonna win it.
I want to get started right away talking about Congressman John Lewis. In my opinion, he is an American hero, a civil rights icon. His memorial has been going on for the last few days, and I mean, what can you say about an outstanding individual like this? His life has been amazing. His career has been amazing, and he worked with Martin Luther King. There's so many things he did positive for the great state of Georgia.
He was an icon because most people don't understand when John Lewis was young. He was in his 20s when he started working with Martin Luther King.
23, I believe.
Yeah, he had went through where he got beat up by the cops and they hit him with a 2x4. They was trying to kill him.
Yes.
This is a man whose whole life has been dedicated to service.
Yes.
I mean, there's not any. They broke the mold when they made him.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's just, and it's his life has just been so amazing. And 80 years old. I mean, we definitely didn't want him to go, but he's lived a long life, longevity, and a very purposeful life. And we're just happy to be a part of Mr. Lewis. I mean, it's amazing.
The things that he's done and the way he's so. I mean, what was another thing that was amazing about Mr. Lewis is he was called the conscience.
Yeah.
Of the House of Representatives.
Yes. Yes.
Think about it.
Yes.
You're called the conscience.
Yeah. And we won't even discuss some of the things that went on between him and Trump. We won't even discuss that.
We're not going to dignify.
Yes.
We're not even going to put Trump in the same stratosphere.
Yeah.
As John Lewis. Trump is a coward, and he is in no way, shape, or form able to even partly relate to the idea of service.
Yeah.
So, Mr. John Lewis, rest in power, sir. You will sorely be missed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There will never be another one like you.
Never. You broke the mold.
Broke the mold.
Yes, sir.
And for everybody who comes into politics with the idea of making an impact and being an asset to not only the black community but being an asset to America as a whole, you need to follow his playbook step by step, line by line, because if you want to make that type of impact,
and he worked both sides of the aisle too. Is
exactly,
what I like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want to purposely say that you are wanting to be an impact or you want to be of service to the American people, John Lewis is the person you need to follow. You need to emulate his style.
I totally agree.
Right.
All right. I want to jump right in. I'm going to take the next topic. I want to talk about this AOC, Miss Cortez, and Ted Yoho. I mean, this whole situation is just horrible. I watched AOC's speech on the House floor, which was outstanding, only about 10 minutes, and she was hitting on all cylinders, baby.
Yes, she was.
I mean, that young woman was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that Ted Yoho said about her and referred about her is simply disgusting. It's without merit. It's chauvinistic. It's every narrative you can think of. Is absolutely horrible. And the one thing I want to say about this is AOC is 30 years old, and she was once a waitress and a bartender.
Yes.
Now she's walking the halls of Congress of the greatest country in the world, and she should be celebrated and an inspiration for all young women across this country. But yet, this congressman from Florida, the third district
of Florida,
Ted Yoho,
who was a veterinarian,
called her
disgusting.
Disgusting.
He said you're dangerous. He called you a fucking bitch.
Effing B.
No. Let's not dignify that with trying to beat around and sugarcoat. He called her a fucking bitch.
Yes, he did.
Let's be honest about what he said, because what he says has a lot of context.
Go ahead.
So my take on it is this. So the Republican Party is always talking about how you could fix yourself up and you work hard. You
That's
could be
right.
anything you
want
want
to be. And she is the perfect example of that.
And instead of celebrating her, they denigrate her.
Yeah.
See, this is where the Republican Party always fucks
Because
up.
she's Hispanic?
Because she's Hispanic, because she's a woman.
Yep.
You got to remember, the Republican Party at this point in time is a good old boys club.
Oh,
you know,
most
they
definitely.
are sitting there, and then I notice people are going to come back and say, "Well, there's black people in there." Yes,
Very few.
There's tokens everywhere. There are tokens everywhere because the main one who had a conscience left, Mr. Steele.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then let's look at Ted. So Ted, you're going to
Yeah, he
sit
was
back.
the chairman of the GOP. Yeah, left.
And right after Trump got in office and started talking his racist stuff, what did he do? Oh, this is my last season. And then a couple other
yeah.
black gentlemen who were in the Republican Party.
Oh, yeah.
The only one who stuck around was Tim Cotton.
Yeah.
And his name
Tim
says it.
Scott, yeah.
Tim Scott.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and the way he was talking, trying to cry on TV on cue, yeah, fuck out of here. So let's go down it line by line. Mr. Yoho, whatever the fuck.
Yoho.
Fuck him. Anyway, what it was all about is she went against him and spoke against what he was trying to push.
Well, the thing about what she said was that the uptick in crime in New York is based on poverty and the COVID-19 situation, and he just disagreed with that, I guess.
But see, the thing about it is that she came with receipts.
Yeah.
She came with receipts. He didn't have nothing. So afterwards, he approaches her as she's leaving with another congressman.
Yeah.
And walks up and puts his finger in her face. You're disgusting. You're this. You're that. And then when she walked away from him, and then the news crew heard him say, "Fucking bitch."
Yeah.
And that's when they was like, "Oh, he called you da 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 da."
And then,
so then you go to this disingenuous ass apology.
Terrible.
That he did.
It was, and he never even said her name. How you gonna apologize to somebody and don't say their name?
That is the main point of
my colleague from New York.
That is the main point to why it was everything he said was a bunch of bullshit.
BS.
Was a bunch of bullshit.
Bunch of BS.
Everything he said was a bunch of bullshit from that point, because if he really wanted to apologize, if he was earnestly trying to say he was sorry, you would have to say the person's name.
Thank you.
You have to admit who you offended. Since he's such a Christian, isn't that in the Bible that when you offend somebody, you have to admit to the person that you offended?
I sent him a email. You can't go on his congressional email and send him address. You have to be in his district. And so, but I went around all that. I went on his Facebook page and sent him a message. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I called and left a message on his voicemail in his office in Washington. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was very professional, but I let him know in so many uncertain terms. I said, hey, I'm from Texas. I'm not even from Florida or New York, and I'm totally offended because I'm a citizen of this country. Exactly. And I'm totally offended the way you treated that young lady who should be celebrated for the amazing thing that she's doing at the age of 30.
Yep.
What is he? Part. Is he an idiot?
Beyond idiot, he's also racist. His racist tendencies. But then he has it, and this is the part, and this is the thing where a lot of people missed. But your boy picked up on it and had to speak on it. Ted, if you could see this, Ted, I hope you ever get a chance to see this.
If he don't see it, I'm guarantee you he'll hear about it.
Let me make sure that you know one uncertain thing. To turn around and talk about how you're a husband and you have two daughters and your God, what did God have to do with anything that you said to that woman? Do you think God was even in the area when you was talking that horrible
Standing
stuff?
on the steps with you?
Do you think God had his hands on your shoulder when you called her a fucking bitch? What about when you called her disgusting? Do you think God was hugging
dangerous?
You? And well, she's definitely dangerous to the Republican Party. I ain't gonna. I will definitely.
No, he meant in a
him.
derogatory form. She's dangerous.
No. Whatever meaning he meant. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
And she's going. And the thing about it is,
she's got a bright future. I will say that.
Not only that, she's going to bring her friends with her.
Good.
See, this is the thing. You, Ted, will sit back and you will try to invoke the name of God, because when you say, my God, you have that to mean that's your way of telling everybody, well, you can't say nothing else to me because I'm a Christian.
No.
But where was that?
You didn't act like it.
Where was that exactly? Where was that Christ-like attitude when you were speaking to a woman?
Yeah.
See, you can
first of all, before anything else, before a congresswoman, she's a woman.
She's a woman.
And what kind of upbringing do you have as a man that you blatantly disrespect a woman, regardless of her position, regardless of her job? She could just be somebody on the street. You don't do that.
And what kind of upbringing did you bring your daughters into? How do you?
What kind of example are you setting?
How do you talk to your wife? Yeah. How do you speak to your wife? If you're going to jump at somebody with a knee-jerk reaction like that,
point your finger in a woman's face.
Exactly.
I tell you what, I'm not a violent person, but if she was my wife, me and you would be having a conversation, buddy. I promise you that. I promise you that. We would be definitely having a conversation.
What did Bernie Mac say? There'd be some furniture moving?
There'd be some furniture moving up in here. And
there would definitely be some furniture moving.
What kind of man you are when you come face to face with another man.
But you got to understand that most of these people like this are cowards. Most of these people like this are never. You see this because they're going to go after her, and he went after her. He didn't even have the remorse to even just say her name.
Yeah.
He did not have.
He shouldn't even got up there if he was going to do that.
But the reason why he got up there,
he was probably forced.
He was forced because he knew that if he didn't. Now, you got to remember, Fran Tarkenton, because we talked about this a couple days ago. Al Franklin,
Yeah.
Al Franklin got kicked out of
forced out
Congress because of a joke. Just because of a joke that included a woman. So you have him, Ted. Ted jumped up there so he could quickly be like, somebody must have told him, just say you're sorry and then just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then we can protect you because you apologize.
But when you apologize, you have to be sincere or don't do it.
He did. This is politics.
My colleague from New York.
You're speaking. You're speaking.
What a joke.
You're speaking as an actual human being.
And her 9-minute speech, I sent it to all of my daughters. I sent it to all of. I wanted them to see that and told them don't take no crap from nobody.
And that's what she
keep
basically
my number
said.
on speed dial. Trust me.
Because look, all you got to do is call me. We got to ride. Okay, we rolling.
We rolling.
Where we rolling? And what time we look? Let me call Sean and make sure. Look, and what do I need to bring? It's as simple as that. I mean,
right.
I'm not gonna hash over it, but yeah, it's a ridiculous idea. And
I was in shock when I saw it. I couldn't believe that this is the United States Congress and you acting like a thug.
The thing about it is he's
a bully.
That's all he is. So when she called him out, so now they're not trying to do anything else about it. Well, you know, Pelosi. He needs to
remove himself from office because he has disgraced the office that he represents.
Well, Pelosi
and
wants
everybody in the 3rd District of Florida should be pissed.
That's up by the Panhandle, man.
I don't care where it is. They should be pissed.
They should be, but they're not. They could care less. That's Trump country. So what you're looking at is, so Pelosi is trying to get him reprimanded. So she's trying to go ahead and bring up some stuff. So, and then the thing about it, like even like AOC said, I have it on the books now that you did this. Yep. I had this for what you said. Yep. And he's sitting there seething, but he can't say a word.
Yep.
So, I mean,
every young girl should be extremely proud.
Amen.
Of AOC, Miss Cortez.
Miss Cortez.
They should be extremely proud of her. You doing an amazing job, and
you see how she won her district?
An amazing example.
You see how she won her district?
Yes. Blew them away.
76% of the vote.
Boom, baby.
Yes. You think they're not gonna vote for her?
Yes, I love
it. And she's brilliant. She's very, very intelligent.
Very intelligent and a good speaker.
Very
and
good
she's
speaker.
Passionate too. Not just about what she was speaking to him, but I watch her all the time.
She's
very
always
passionate.
Very passionate. She's
Yes.
she's very straightforward. She's this.
Yes.
And she's very matter of factly. So that's one of the things I like about her.
Absolutely.
You know, like I said, I wish.
Kudos to you, AOC.
Amen. Because I wish I had that ability. I'm going to let you have it, and I'm going to give it to you raw. But you know, that's pretty much who I am. You know, am I going to change tomorrow? Hell no.
Oh,
I mean, it's just
Lord.
who I am.
Yeah.
So let's
all
get
right,
into.
I'll let you have a few.
So
Go
what
ahead.
I'm gonna go to next? We're gonna stay in the same vein of abuse toward women.
Okay.
Tory Lanez, bring your
Tory
silly-
Lane, that's the one that shot Megan Thee Stallion.
Well, let's go ahead and let's give some
go ahead.
backstory to it. So what happened is Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, and Tory Lanez were supposed to be hanging out
An item?
at well, I don't. They were an item, but they was keeping it on the wraps.
Okay. All right.
You know,
All right.
he had this show called Quarantine Radio.
Okay.
So with his show Quarantine Radio, he had built up steam where the Quarantine Radio, he was about to get a show
Right.
on
right.
MTV. Well, you know,
He shouldn't get it now.
we're gonna get there. So Kylie Jenner had a party at her house, a little
Get together.
a little get together. So
Right.
a little get together at somebody like Kylie Jenner's house is maybe 50, maybe
Right.
40, 50 people
Right,
hanging
right.
around, and it's rich people and they're doing all this stuff. I guess something must have broke out at the party
Right.
between Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
And Meg Thee Stallion's an up and coming
Artist. Oh, absolutely.
female rapper,
Absolutely.
artist. She's been making a lot of moves.
And she from Texas.
She's from here,
All right.
Houston.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
right here in Houston.
Yeah, absolutely.
Matter of fact, it's funny because we know some of her family.
All right now.
She got family that worked over at Shell.
All right.
So so I guess something happened where she was in a car with him.
Mm-hmm.
Some type of incident ensued, and he shot her in the foot twice.
What an idiot.
So this is my thing. I think Tory Lanez, black man, period. Because I hate to do it to our people, but I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. We're failing.
Who's failing?
Black men are failing. Not specifically, but in a
Wait a
general
minute.
sense. We are failing to protect black women. Let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
We are failing to protect our biggest asset, our most precious commodity, our most important
I agree
part
with that.
of
Is
who
our
we
women.
are is our women.
That's right.
And
Our backbone.
I'm about to get there.
Okay. I'm gonna be
Our-
quiet. Go ahead.
Our backbone. Malcolm X said black women are the most mistreated,
Mm-hmm.
most horribly, we treat our black women horribly. Most disrespected,
Mm-hmm.
most unprotected, the most attacked
Mm-hmm.
female in the world, which is very true. Maya Angelou said that the black woman is the backbone of civilization.
I agree. I agree with that.
Cicely Tyson said if we look at everything that black women have been through, black women should be put on thrones.
I mean, and you just named two strong black women, Cicely
Maya
Tyson and
Angelou
Maya
and Cicely
Angelou.
Tyson,
Yes.
yes.
Well, you hitting them hard with those people.
Black men, we have been treating black women bad since the blaxploitation movies of the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
Even before then, you remember they had a movie with Cab Calloway where he's chasing after this blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, and his wife in the movie said, "Why are you chasing that white woman?" And he smacks her in the movie. "Don't you worry about what I'm doing. You just do what I tell you to do."
Okay. Okay.
We have been putting our sisters down forever. We have been, and they stayed with us.
Mm-hmm.
They fought for us.
Mm-hmm.
They stood by us. And with everything going on, we still push colorism. against black women, light skin against dark skin.
Yeah.
We still push the agenda. I want a girl that look like this. We still push that. Oh, I want a foreign. I want something exotic. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Are you out your motherfucking mind? If anything, we as black men should be kissing our black women's feet 24/7. Despite all the hoops and all the problems that we push on them.
Mm-hmm.
We beat our women. We talk down to our women. We talk trash about our women. We treat them like they're hoes. We treat them like they're hookers.
Mm-hmm.
And they still are the _1 class that's graduating out of college.
Now, I'm going to rebuttal this. I'm going to let you finish, but I definitely have a rebuttal for this.
And they're still getting advanced degrees more so than black men. They're getting the jobs more so than black men. They're moving in middle and upper management more so than black men. Okay. That is impossible for us to not acknowledge our beautiful black women. I tell you one thing, that if we don't start acknowledging them, they're going to stop acknowledging us. They're going to stop protecting us. Mm-hmm. There's an old slave saying, you know why black women never turn black men in to this day? Mm-hmm. Because the old saying, and Dave Chappelle put it so eloquently, he said that as bad as a black man has treated the black woman was always worried about how bad the white man was going to treat the black man.
Okay.
So what's your rebuttal? So I can go ahead and kill it real quick and then we can move on.
Well, I agree with some of the things you're saying, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands is watching. He's not referring to all black men.
No.
I mean, it's not the majority of black men, but there are a segment in our community
a large
that's doing.
Segment.
No, it's not a
yes
large.
It is. Yes, it is.
It's a segment.
Yes.
But we don't have the statistics in front of us.
No, we don't.
But just from my mind, I wouldn't think it's a large segment. But you are correct in the things that you're saying, and you do cover the hard issues, and it did need to be said. So I commend you for that.
So when you look at the situation, and Tory Lanez, and this is what makes Tory Lanez
he's an idiot.
Well, a fucking idiot from the standpoint that
First of all, you don't shoot no woman.
That goes beyond saying.
I mean,
but second of
hell?
all, Tory Lanez, you're from fucking Canada. You're not even from America. So you know what happens next, Tory Lanez, you stupid motherfucker? They're going to take away your quarantine radio. They're going to take away your other ability. You're going to get banned from the United States because you shot a sovereign citizen. So what happens is you're going to get banned from the United States. So you thinking you're going to be doing tours in the U.S.? Guess what they're going to say? Oh, no, sir.
You can't even come in.
You can't come in because you're a felon now. Mm-hmm. You're a felon. And then if those white people treat you like they treat the rest of us, that's attempted murder charge, baby. They're gonna try and pin you.
He's gonna be held accountable. I guarantee you that.
And then when you lose, so you're gonna lose access to being. So you done lost your show, quarantine radio. Well, you can you could probably still do it on YouTube for right now.
Whatever he did is certainly not worth it. I guarantee you that.
Everything going down the line, you're losing, and just the sheer amount of money you're about to lose, gonna be astronomical. So you risk all that for a 5-second bad decision. That is the pinnacle of moving on emotion and not on strategy.
It's not a 5-second decision, because if you want to shoot a woman for any reason, your foundation is all messed up in the first place.
Well, we've been saying that.
I don't know how you were raised or who raised you or what ideas you have in your head, but you don't do anything like that. You treat women with total respect at all times. And if you live by that concept, that would have never, ever came into play. And that's all I got to say about that.
You see, yeah, and my thing is, and I'm going to leave it at this. If you're around and you allow a black woman to get disrespected by black man, white man, Hispanic man, anybody, then you're a coward. Yep. And if you're sitting there filming it, trying to be like, I'm going to call the cops.
What are you doing about it?
My mantra at this point is, if she's in trouble, we in trouble. Yeah, and if I see any black woman,
there you go.
And I'll be looking. If I see any black woman getting disrespected by anybody, I don't care. Police try to tackle her, I'm tackling him. So I'm going to jail. Or if Lord willing, if I make it to jail. But I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the calmness of my heart, knowing that I did the right thing. Yeah. If I see a black man disrespecting and acting like he's going to try and punch or fight, no, nigga. You want to fight, I'll be your huckleberry.
There you go.
If I see a white man, if I see a white, oh no, let me tell you something, Ted. You're about to be on a stretcher for about a whole month.
There you go. All right.
So,
all right, we're
going to move on.
Okay, you got
my next one.
I know you had mentioned earlier about
staying in the vein. I got one more.
Oh,
I gotta go ahead, and this is for once again with staying in the same thing of abuse and attacking women. August Alsina.
What?
August Alsina, just go away. Just go away, August.
Oh, that's the one with
the entanglement song with Rick Ross and babe, you got the entanglements. It's the entanglements. August Alsina, you're not helping yourself right now. Jada done moved on. Her and Will are back together. They moved past this. August, you can make as many songs trying to hype up the crowd. You can make as many dumbass songs you want. Jada knows that you still want her. Jada don't want you. You look like that high school kid who be trying to talk bad about the girl after she breaks up with him.
Oh boy.
You're a child and you're acting like a child. You're not moving on strategy. The best revenge, moving on is the best revenge. But then again, this is why it's important, because we know that you've had issues in the past. We know that you have mental problems. You had mental problems. You lost your sister, which you ended up adopting your 4 nieces, which is commendable. I commend you on that. You are a stand-up guy. You were a stand-up guy when you were taking care of your family and you were doing all these things. But then you allowed yourself to get roped in with somebody. Did Jada Pickett have the best intentions for you? Probably not. I'll be 110% honest. Probably not. But it's time to let it go. She's not leaving Will. She's never going to leave Will. You got to understand, you're looking at 10 million to $500 million. You're looking at a grown-ass man who has a mantra, who does everything, who has made countless, he's a box office killer, box office giant for years. Yeah. He's, even the most horrible movie he made, Wild Wild West, he still broke box offices with these horrible movies. Right. You are sitting here trying to push a tactic and an idea that, I had your woman and these are not street rules, August. Because it takes 2 to fight, and they're not fighting.
He's not saying that, is he?
No, he's trying to talk about hack keys to the place. He's throwing out subliminals.
He's throwing out shade.
He's throwing out subliminals. But the thing about it is, Will Smith, August Alsina, you could have 15 women. I bet Will Smith can steal all 15 of them. You can sit there and you can pull up in a nice car, and I bet Will Smith can pull up with one 10 times better. So for you to sit there and fight with somebody who's not fighting, you have to understand, in order for it to be something that you can capitalize on, both sides have to be engaged. Will Smith and them are champs at not engaging.
They didn't
because they don't have to.
No.
Will Smith is like I didn't go after Jada. If you watch that thing on
the Red Table?
Facebook, if you watch that one, you notice Will Smith didn't go after Jada. Jada said she wanted him back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So if you're going to fight with somebody who's not fighting you, what do you look like?
He need to go sit down somewhere, basically.
Forever. You need, and this is the thing, you thinking that things are hurt you that all the time you was trying to brag about how you were sleeping with Jada and it hurt you before. Will Smith can kill all that in a heartbeat.
Just leave it alone, young man. That's the best advice we can give you.
So the best thing you can,
you probably don't want to hear our advice, but just leave it alone.
Take some couch time with a professional. Get your mind back together. Find you a nice young lady around your age, and move forward, because it's not going to happen. and
Now,
you trying to push, it's never going to be anything more than you looking stupid again.
staying on that same topic, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this topic here.
Oh man,
I want to discuss Kanye West and the things that he's been going through.
Kanye.
I know we are on different sides of this discussion.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell my side real quick, and then I'll let you go at it. But I think Kanye has a mental issue, and I think that he needs help. And his wife has acknowledged that, and I think that we need to give him some sort of pass until he receives help, because when you have mental issues,
Man.
you're not always responsible for the things that you say. Okay, now Harriet Tubman, we know she's an American hero.
American hero,
For
black
him to
hero,
say
civil rights icon.
anything in a negative light towards Harriet Tubman, I don't even take him serious. When he said I'm running for president, I didn't even take that serious, because he didn't even register. I mean, it was just talk. So he obviously is not taking his medication. He's not doing the things he's supposed to do to get well. And I think his friends and family need to surround themselves around him and make sure that those things happen.
They need to give him one of those jackets and let him hug himself.
All right. And that's the way I feel about it. And I'm going to let you have Mr. Kanye now.
Oh, Kanye. Mr. Slavery was a choice. You know what I find funny, and this is something that D.L. Hughley was talking about. We were talking about this earlier.
Right.
D.L. And even Charlemagne the God, a couple other people was talking about it. I find it odd how every time when he has something to sell, he comes out with these controversial topics. He's got an album coming out that didn't come out.
Well, that's because the young lady brung hers out the same day.
He has the new Yeezys coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden then, he's all of a sudden Mr. Crazy Kanye.
Right.
All this mental health bullshit has been known.
Okay.
This is not the first time that he has been approached about his mental health. This is not the first time he has tried to weaponize mental health to keep people off his ass when he says something fucking stupid. For him to sit back and say Harriet Tubman did not free the slaves,
That
she
was
only
just
took them
crazy.
to work for other different white people. You said that shit with the intent that you wanted to be controversial. Kanye, fuck you and your mental health. Fuck you and your ass and your mental health. Because, see, there's people out here who don't have the money you have, who don't have the resources you have, who are really suffering from mental health. That mental health that is taking them from their job to the street. That same mental health that is keeping them from being able to live a good life. That same mental health issues that constantly has got them ostracized from their family.
Yep.
That has them ostracized from people who truly love them because of their mental health, and they don't know how to help that person.
Or the means.
Exactly.
But he has the
But
means.
this motherfucker got over $1 billion.
So he got the means to do something.
Are you
about
meaning to
it.
tell me if you got $1 billion and you have a diagnosed problem that you won't seek help?
Oh, I would definitely seek help.
So why isn't Kanye?
Well,
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he weaponizes that shit.
Right.
So when he comes out and says the most ridiculous bullshit,
Then he can say it's because
if you attack me, you're going against mental health. Fuck you. I took the off ramp when he said slavery was a choice. You think I'm gonna give a fuck about your mental health when there's plenty of soldiers out here sitting on the street and had PTSD?
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna give a fuck about your mental health when you turn around and constantly say stupid shit, and then only thing they do is everybody surrounds him. They surround his ass all right, and they quick to, oh, he's got a problem. This nigga's also a billionaire. He can go to a fucking
can get
spa
help. Yeah,
and
I
get as
agree
much
with
help
that.
as he needs. Fuck Kanye.
And that's one of
Fuck
the
you in your
things-
ass, Kanye, because you are going to consistently keep saying this bullshit. You're consistently saying horrible shit about black people, and then you run and hide in your hole and say it's about mental illness.
Well, a lot of people agree with you. D.L. Hughley said the same thing.
Yes.
He said he only have mental health issues when he's talking about black people. I mean, This is what they're saying.
And it's not only just the black people. This is the thing. Then you talk bad about your own daughter. Talking about how you was going to abort your daughter.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Lord.
He was on there.
That is a sign of a crazy person.
He was performing. No, that's a sign of a performance. He jumped on there, started crying. I almost aborted my daughter. Thank God. Fuck you. You're going to bring out all your family trash. And then at the end of it all, this is the part that everything that I find the most funniest part about this when Kanye plays these little bullshit games. At the end of it all, he said he sends an apology to Kim.
No,
I'm sorry, baby. You know, I shouldn't have brought out all our problems and put them out there for the world. You know, thank you for covering for me and protecting me and believing in me.
I hate to say this. What's going to happen is, Kim is not going to stick around.
Kim's going to stick around.
I don't think so.
You want to know why Kim's going to stick around?
I don't think so.
You want to know why Kim's going to stick around?
I mean, a woman would only put up with so much. I mean,
that's true. But a woman with a show. Let's be realistic.
Well, everything is not about
Mama.
Everything is not about money and a show. I mean,
name one part of the Kardashian
clan.
Yeah, that isn't about money. Name one aspect of their life isn't about money. Name one thing that they do that they keep secret, and it's not about making money. Yeah. Let's be realistic. Kim is not going to leave because of Chris. Chris is going to be like, bitch, you better stay in there. We got a show coming up. We need.
Chris, that's the mother.
That's
right?
the mother.
Oh, okay.
The mother / manager. She gonna be like, we got another show coming up. You better and you better film it all.
Oh boy.
And you think she not?
Oh,
Come
boy.
on now. Kim Kardashian is not stupid.
She is not, by no means. I like the Kardashians.
I hate them.
I like them. I'm gonna tell you why I like them. Because they use their entrepreneurship to get where they are. And you have to applaud that. I mean, Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. So how they got there, whether it's a sex video or whatever, they're there.
Exactly.
And they're staying there.
And they got
their brand and value is going up.
They got
you have to applaud that.
I do applaud that.
You have to applaud that.
Look, I can do two things at the same time. I can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. Just like I can love the fact that they have such an entrepreneurial spirit, but I can also hate the fact that they abuse and use their family as their vehicle to making money. That's why the situation with that's why Kim ain't going nowhere. If anything, she's going to be like this. He could say whatever. She's going to be right by his side saying, you know what? He's got a mental problem. Yeah. She's going to keep on because every time when he does this, every time when he says fuck shit, what happens? She comes right behind him and cleans it up. But this time he went at her. And he went at Chris. Ooh. So, Kanye, you know what? You can sit back and claim you're bipolar or whatever. I've already said several times, you haven't been right since your mother passed away. You haven't sought help. You haven't did anything to help yourself. You'll go seek help, and then you get off your meds all of a sudden, and then you do this, and then you get off of it. You know what? I'm off of this. I'm not going to talk about you no more. I think you're a fucking clown. I think you're full of shit. I think you're nothing more than a snake oil salesman. So that's where I'm at with it. Fuck you very much, Kanye. Goodbye.
Well, all right now.
But then I'm going to go to, because I'm going to pivot to another person that I actually like, and it hurt. It hurt so bad. Chance the Rapper, you silly.
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper is a Chicago native.
Okay.
He's a hip-hop artist, and he stays independent. He doesn't go sign to a big money label to where he has to do. Okay. He does everything on this, but he was the one who jumped in behind talking about. First, he was talking about Kanye and the whole situation, and talking about, well, Kanye, why can't Kanye be president?
Oh, get out of here!
Because all these other people have done all this horrible stuff. Well, who jumped? So Trump jumped on Chance the Rapper's side. That's when Chance the Rapper started. And then when Ted Cruz jumped on his side, Chance the Rapper said, this ain't the hill I want to die on. I'm quickly running down this hill.
I don't blame him.
But Chance, your idea, the one of the reasoning behind what you said sounded so monumentally stupid to me that I had to go ahead and point this out. For you to say that every president has bodies on them because they killed this person and they killed that person.
What? What is he talking about?
I'm gonna get there because you know how most presidents have, like you have Barack Obama who used drone strikes to take.
You are the commander in chief of a country. You do what you got to do.
That's the
so
whole
what
point.
is Chance the Rapper talking about?
He's talking about Kanye has never killed nobody.
Get out of here with that.
And,
that's an idiotic statement.
And not only is it idiotic,
I'll be more than happy to debate you about that.
Not only is it idiotic, not only is it tone deaf, not only is it completely stupid. Chance, do you not realize that in the event that there's so many things that are going on around the world?
Yes.
That at some point, if Kanye was, which is remote at best, but if Kanye was to ever go into office,
oh please,
he would have to kill people. He would have to send military to quell different things. He would have to have soldiers in different parts of the world doing a lot of different things.
That's right.
There are so many moving parts in the United States military, just the military. We're not even talking about the U.S. Let's just talk about the military. There's so many moving parts of things.
People think being the president is a joke or easy, you know. and we saw what happened. I mean, in my opinion, Barack made it look easy, but it's certainly not easy.
But we're seeing
it's
that now.
certainly
it's
not easy. And we're seeing the results of that. Everybody cannot do that job.
No, they cannot.
First of all, more than anything else, you have to bring certain aspect that has nothing to do with being the president. You have to bring professionalism.
Yep.
You have to bring empathy.
Yep.
You have to bring respect for others.
Yep.
And this current president has none of those things that I mentioned.
None.
Especially empathy.
So,
I mean, I can talk about the immigrants. I can talk about women. The list goes on. He don't have it. He don't possess that quality.
He's never possessed
I'm not
that
even
quality.
speaking about policy.
He's never possessed that quality. And then you want to take somebody who's a hip hop artist and put them in the highest seat in the land.
That's not going to happen.
And then you're talking about, well, he didn't do this and he didn't do that.
That has nothing to do with it.
It has nothing to do with it. So for you to be for you to do so many things smart, you did something really stupid, Chance. And I think I'm not going to really kill you on this, but I think you need to go back and really think about what you said.
It.
You need to rethink it in great detail because just because the situation hasn't happened doesn't mean that it won't. So I'm going to leave that at that.
All right. I want to expand on this question we had in our comment section.
Yes.
A gentleman named Amasi or Masadi.
I think so, yes. I'm sorry we're getting your name wrong, man. We love you.
Please,
we're very sorry. We're horrible with names.
I am too. And his question was a two-parter.
Yes.
He asked, the first part was, how did the Jewish people become so rich and own all the industry in the United States?
Right.
And his second part was, why is it that we can talk about every other race besides the Jewish race? And basically what he's saying, if you say anything about the Jewish people, you get backlash.
I'm glad that.
So I gave you a written answer on the comment section, but Larry wanted to expand on that verbally.
Right.
Okay, go right ahead.
Now, the first thing is, how did the Jewish people? The Jewish people did what most races do, except for us as black people. The Jewish people will move into an area.
Wait a minute now. Except what?
Except we don't do that. That's something that we don't do.
Okay, go ahead.
Jewish people move into an area. You have maybe one or two Jewish people that buy a business, and they'll buy a house in that area.
Mm-hmm.
They will move in their family,
mm-hmm.
and they will work. They'll tell their family, work for me, and then we'll help you get your business.
Oh yeah, they do that.
They do that. So they'll buy houses. They'll start expanding and buying businesses. They'll buy grocery stores.
Yeah.
They will buy pharmacies. They will even start putting things together to get a bank.
Oh yeah.
So the thing about it is that as they do these types of things, they do this with the express intention that they're going to have their people live in this area.
Absolutely.
So when the people live in these areas, they will bring in Jewish mechanics. They would bring in Jewish contractors. They'll bring in everything that they need to have done, everything to keep their neighborhood or their area self-sufficient.
Yep.
They bring them in.
And it's no secret that Jewish people are successful. It's no secret.
And this is the thing. And as they have their kids, they push the narrative that
generational wealth. And that's a good thing.
Not only is it generational wealth, it's generational education.
Absolutely.
It's generational
Absolutely. And
unity.
I said that in my written answer.
So you'll have a synagogue come up.
Yep.
And everybody in that area will attend that synagogue. All their monies
stays in that,
will go to that synagogue.
Yeah.
So when somebody is actually in need or having a hard time,
they don't have to go to a bank to get a loan. Or nothing. They get it from their own community.
But then what they do is they buy a bank.
Oh yeah.
They will bring in a bank.
Oh yeah.
They will put their people in those banks. They will sit there with the bank, and they will give preferential treatment to the Jewish people. We'll give you a lower rate.
And they
should. Exactly. So when you have, by the time you look up, by the time anybody really notices, you have that what started as maybe a house or two.
Yeah.
But wait, what started as maybe one or two houses, it turns into
New York.
Yeah, well, it turns into part of Harlem. It turns out where you have a whole Jewish community.
Yeah,
the Asian community does that also. Hispanic community is doing that now. The only people, like I said, that don't do that is us.
Well,
black
we need
people.
to improve.
We do need to improve.
We do need to improve.
But this is the thing.
We have the crab effect.
But let's be honest. We had it happen, not once but twice. Rosewood, happened.
Yeah,
we had it in New York, which is now called Central Park. That was actually an area where black people were moving.
If you know
up,
your history, that's true.
Was moving up in prominence.
Mm-hmm.
We had it in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Look what happened in Tulsa. Tulsa, we had that happen. But we know that every time when we gain too much ground, what happens?
Yeah.
So these are the things that stopped us. So it's not that I'm trying to say that black people don't have unity. We do have a huge problem with unity. But our problem is that we've seen it where we try to do those things and then all of a sudden we get destroyed.
Yeah.
So it gives people that attempt to where I don't want to even live here.
Right.
So with Jewish community, when black people come into the Jewish community, them Jewish people be looking at them like,
right,
you can live here, but you're one step out the door already.
Right.
They do that with everybody. It's across the board. It's nothing racial.
Right.
They're saying we're not going to allow nothing to disrupt our harmony. And the Asian community does too. The Asian community be like, you can live here, but fuck up and find out the hard way. Because they don't want nothing to disrupt their harmony. Let's be real. That's what it is. They don't want nothing to disrupt their harmony. Just like if once black people wake up and we create our own situation.
What's the former mayor of Chicago that used to be in the Obama administration? I cannot think of his name.
I can't think of his name.
But I would think that you would be his first cousin because you and him cussed the same way.
Oh, man. Look, I'm telling you. I tell you what, baby, I'm on YouTube. I'm going to say whatever I want to say.
Obama said, man, you ought to hear the words to come out of his mouth.
Hell yeah. I'm going to try
to hear the words come out of Larry's mouth.
Exactly. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know.
His name does not. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
But the thing is, what the most important part is that if you want to know why and how they do it, rather than attack and criticize them, we should be following their playbook.
I totally agree with that.
You know, this is the thing. If we was to follow that playbook, we would be able to do it. But then our problem is that we have dissenters. We have people who are dissent from doing what everything else and call it because they're black. They'll have people stopping. Is this really the time you want? Oh, you're looking up there.
Yeah. Rahm Emanuel.
Oh man,
that's him.
But
Rahm Emanuel.
But in order for us, and this is really a multi-layered question, and I was only able to give you the cliff notes of the question, but in order for us to be able to do something like what they're doing, we need to be in unity and be in sync.
That's true.
The Jewish people have always been in sync and been unified. Yeah. I mean, even from the Hasidic Jews to the Orthodox Jews, they all have consistently stayed in sync. And they all have consistently said, we're not going to allow nobody to tear up our neighborhoods. We're not going to allow nobody to do anything unless we are okay with it.
Yeah.
That is their thing in a nutshell. And
Israel don't take no mess.
Well, yeah, they
don't
that's
take
a
no
whole
mess.
Another one.
They don't take no mess with that. And they Air Force is top notch.
Well, the Air Force don't train; they fight constantly. So
yeah.
But see, this is the thing. In a nutshell, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move on because
we got to get to the last one.
Yeah, we got to get ready to wrap up. But this is the thing: the Jewish people have always been able, and the Jewish people fiercely stand up for themselves.
I have total respect for the Jewish community.
Me too.
Total respect.
Me too, from the standpoint that they have, like they said several times over, they don't allow disrespect.
That's right.
For the Jewish people because they know where that can lead to.
And I think it's just a lot of jealousy going on, you know.
It's not really jealousy.
I think it is. I think it is.
You get
they're
people
jealous of their success, and you shouldn't be.
But you get people who will.
If you got somebody doing well, instead of being jealous, ask them how they did it, so you can join them.
You got to understand, and I'm gonna quit after this because I know we got to get ready to go to our last thought. The two things is, one, most black people don't know how to ask.
I do.
Like I said, most.
What Jay-Z did?
But
when he asked the billionaire,
right?
Yeah.
But in most situations, unless you're in the midst of those conversations, because if you go up to a person, hey, how'd you make it? They're not going to tell you.
Well, no, I mean,
because
there's ways to do it.
But I'm saying, when you say ask, now if you go up to, this is one of the main differences between black and other races. Mm-hmm. An Asian person will walk up to another Asian person. Hey, can you help me start a business? And that Asian person be like, yeah, I'll help you start that business. Matter of fact, I tell you what, I'm going to give you so much amount of money. Mm-hmm. You pay me 1% of what you make after we get your business rolling, and then we're good.
Right.
You have Jewish people who will just be like, straight up.
Yeah, they help each other.
What do we need? We need a corner store. Okay, so we're going to put you in this corner store. He's going to teach you how to do it because he owns a grocery store down the street.
Right.
Once you get your business
up. What he's saying
up,
basically is they help each other
in their
community.
Now, black people, you come up to a black dude. Well, you go to a black dude, hey, man, you got a dry cleaners. I'm trying to start my own dry cleaner on the other side of town. How'd you start your dry cleaner? Man, you just got to figure it out.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not the way to do it.
You're a real estate agent. You got this. I'm trying to get my foot in the door. How'd you get your foot in the door? It was a lot of things I did. You got to go. You got to take your lumps and learn.
You are correct, though. You are correct.
That is the problem. See,
and we can change that, though.
We can. But are we? That's the whole problem. We can change everything.
But guess what? It starts right here.
Of course.
We can start it right here. Let's make the change. And if somebody asks us anything, we going to help them.
Of course.
There you go.
I'm with that. I'm completely with that.
All right.
But I always have believed in that. Because I've always believed in Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X saying, each one teach one.
There you go. Well, you got a lot of sayings, don't you?
Millions of them. So,
hey, so somebody commented on one of your sayings of, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly. Look, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
But you said it real fast. It made it so.
Hey, but
all right, we're going to final thought.
So final thought. My final thought is going out to the DHS in Portland. Secret police, they call them.
Oh my God, what a joke!
I think y'all just the most horrible
mercenaries is what they are.
Basically. You're going into a town, you're pushing people around, you're arresting people on ceremonies. Even the governor and the mayor said they don't want you there. But you're following what Trump says because you believe that you could do that. So what they're doing is Trump is doing Operation Legend.
No, he wants to be known as the law and order president.
And that's hilarious coming from one of the most...
Let's be known as what you are, the racist president.
Racist, corrupt. I mean, the names can go on forever.
But that's... racist is the biggest one of them all.
Yes.
Because how can you be a racist and supposed to represent the entire United States?
Because most of the United States voted him in as a racist, knowing that he was a racist.
But they regret that now, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They regret
a lot
that
of
now.
them do. Not all of them.
The polls are showing they do. They regret that now.
Biden is hanging on to a nice lead, but
for the 98 days to go.
For the secret police, for this DHS, for these agents to be coming in, and now they're sending them into Chicago, New York, Detroit, and Where else? Chicago, New
They better
York,
not.
Detroit,
Let me tell you something. They better not bring that BS to Detroit.
and Houston. They say they're
And
going to try.
I know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's easy to say because what they're going to do is they're using the full faith of the government. So what happened? What I found interesting is that they had an injunction brought up against them.
You heard what I said, right? They better not bring that BS to Detroit.
So we'll see.
They gonna see exactly what's happening.
I'm thinking that when they hit Chicago, they're gonna learn a harsh lesson. But that's just me.
They really gonna learn it in the D, baby.
But
I know what I'm talking about.
Because you're from the D.
That's right. That's right.
But for them to go in and do the things they're doing, they suspended. They basically have been trampling. Trump has been trampling over everybody's rights. He's trying to set up himself to be a dictator. This is a conspiracy Larry speaking. So he's trying to set up all these secret agents and secret police and all this stuff all over.
What he's trying to do is get a last-ditch effort to get them poll numbers up. But it's not going to happen. He's finished.
But this is the thing, and we got to be careful.
They throwing things on the wall to see what sticks.
Of course, but we have to stay vigilant also.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You got to remember, Hillary won the popular vote by 3 million.
Yes, sir.
So for us to sit back and be like, "Oh, he's done," let's be like, "No." We need to make sure that we're staying vigilant the whole time,
and you have to keep your feet on the gas
up until the day where he says. Because like I said, I think he's doing this because he's trying to set up a dictatorship.
Oh, he's getting out of office.
I think he's going to try and set up a dictatorship. I think he's trying to put all his chess pieces in their places, so that when he loses, because he is going to lose this election, and when he loses,
Trump better get his lawyers together because they going to be trying to put him in jail.
You
watch.
He know that, and he knows that. That's why he's trying to create a dictatorship. So he's going to try to hold on to power as long as he can, because he knows the moment that he walks out of there, he is done.
His power is over,
and he's done.
You're not a sitting president anymore. So they're coming after him.
So now what we're looking at is everything that he's trying to do so he can call himself the law and order president.
Yeah.
He's looking at everything he could possibly do to throw any type of throw everybody off his scent. It's all a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
That's exactly what it is.
The funny part about this whole situation is Betsy DeVos's brother is the contractor who owns the company. See,
the mercenary company.
Oh
boy.
And he's the one who's giving him all the people that's spraying people, beating them.
And what he should be doing is trying to handle this pandemic. That's what that should be his number one priority.
He can't handle the pandemic. See, he's a gimmick. He's a gimmick. He's
not a real leader.
We asked a reality TV star
to run the country.
To run the country and handle a pandemic. Barack Obama, everybody,
we certainly miss him, don't we?
For all the stuff.
Hell, I even miss Bush.
Me too.
Trust me. I even miss Bush right about now.
Amen. So what we're looking at, because
Clinton, Bush, Obama, they all 100 times better than this guy.
Well, you got to remember, when Ebola hit the United States, 2 people died. Half the Republican Party was talking about Barack Obama needs to step down.
Yeah, 2 people died.
2 people died. When COVID-19,
now we got 145,000 people dead.
When COVID-19 hit and 145 people died, crickets.
145,000.
145,000.
Yeah, crickets from the Republican Party.
They're not saying nothing. They're still talking about how they're trying to bump. We need to help the president right now, even though 99% of this situation is his fault.
And why is he having a press conference every day with no scientists, no doctors, nobody standing up there but him?
Because he's afraid that when one of those scientists or doctors stand up and somebody asks him a question, they're going to have to answer.
Tell the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That's what it is. That's mine. What's yours, man?
Oh, mine is the same. Voter registration, November 3rd. Plan it now, please. Do not go to the polls by yourself. Right now, I got 6 people going with me. We all going together.
Yep.
And if you're in a state that early votes, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, because just like Larry said a few minutes ago, we cannot become complacent. We cannot sleep on this. Stay woke. Stay vigilant.
Yep.
Register. Get your plan together. Take some people with you.
Amen.
Be enthusiastic. Have a voting night party. I mean, do whatever you need to do, but make sure you get to them polls because
Amen.
we cannot sleep on this.
Yep.
And the blue wall definitely has to be in effect. Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania.
Oh shoot, he's about to flip Texas. They saying that's the big
Yeah,
worry.
he's got a 5-point lead here.
He's flipping Texas.
I
He's
hope he
flipping
do.
all the
I
swing
hope
states.
he does.
The thing about it is, this is the thing, and this is why I
Fort
love
Bend
it.
County, Harris County, come on out. Come out.
This is the thing, and this is why most people are saying, because, one of the most amazing things that I saw in Portland, and this is what's killing Trump right now. They had the Navy guy, the Navy vet, who said he just wanted to talk to him. They beat him up and broke his hand.
Stupid asses.
Trump, you have lost the respect of the military. You lost the respect of the veterans. You lost the respect of everybody around you. But see, this is nothing new because all your businesses failed.
Yep.
This is nothing new.
I was talking to somebody earlier today who said the exact same thing.
Everything comes full circle.
His university.
Trump Steaks, Trump University, Trump Ties, Trump Trump the Trump charity, all that stuff because you are a horrible person. You are a horrible, horrible person. And you sit here and try to act as though you've done nothing and they're just after you. They're not just after you. They know what you've done.
Yep.
That's why you're hiding. You're such a coward. You ran into the bunker because the protesters got too close to the fence. And you want everybody to run out and vote for you.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So, yeah. All right.
Well,
so,
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Continue to subscribe. Continue to leave us emails and comments, and we certainly appreciate that because that's the fuel that drives us.
Amen.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.